EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for September 27th, 2021. For your Monday, we're going to turn a little bit warmer today than we've been seeing here recently. We had a cool down right after the front move through the day after the first day of autumn arrived, and we had a couple of really nice cool days. We will get back to that, but we're going to be warming up today because we're going to be ahead of a warm front, a little bit of warm air advection moving into the region, and any precipitation will likely remain across New York State today. Not impossible to see far northern areas by the New York-Pennsylvania border to see a quick shower this morning, but everywhere else, we're just looking at clouds giving way to sun. You will have some clouds associated with that warm air advection as it pushes off to the north, but other than that, it looks like you're going to be turning mostly sunny today. So we have 76 to 80 degrees is the spread for temperatures today. 80 degrees will be close to the Philadelphia metro, the usual warm spots, but pretty warm across the region and slightly above average regardless of where your location is. So as we move this forward, we're going to have a cold front that's going to move through on Tuesday. I do think this is going to be an earlier in the day deal for most of us. So for the majority of the region, you're going to have an opportunity for showers on Tuesday morning, and 72 to 78 is going to be the spread until that cold front pushes through the region. And then later in the day, we'll have the opportunity for areas south of I-78, I think, to have an isolated thunderstorm. And that would be in the afternoon on Tuesday, where the instability is a little bit higher. No thunderstorms for areas north of 78, it doesn't look like. I don't think the instability will be high enough for that. And we're not looking at severe weather in this either. Here's what the NAM high-res future simulated radar has for this evening. And this actually starts just before dawn, so this is starting at 4 a.m. and moving forward. You can see some showers here in the early morning hours that should end for most by noon. So here's noon right here. Maybe a few lingering showers here still taking shape across parts of the region. But then once we get in the afternoon and the front starts sagging off to the south, here closest to the Philadelphia metro and points south, it looks like you're going to have an opportunity for an isolated thunderstorm. Again, not severe, but you will have some thunderstorms that will cross the Delmarva region, mainly south of the I-78 corridor here on Tuesday afternoon and early evening, and then that's it. And then once we get on the other side of that, you're going to have some really nice temperatures, and the reason for that is we're going to have a blocking pattern setting up. So this is a classic Omega block, so I'm going to stop this real quick, stop the video, and do some drawing. So we have an Omega blocking pattern, which looks like this. It looks like the Greek letter Omega, okay? And in our region, we have a negatively tilted trough sitting over the region. So that's going to allow for the temperatures to be on the cooler side of average, slightly below average. So we're going to have a spread here once we get to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Temperatures are going to be in the 65 to 70 degree range. So very comfortable, probably even more comfortable than we've had over the past couple of days. Okay, so it's going to be pretty nice. And that's probably going to go right into next weekend. There's still some uncertainty how the weekend unfolds late in the weekend. I think Saturday's another dry day and partly to mostly sunny. Sunday we have listed for partly cloudy right now, but the GFS is trying to bring in an area low pressure and some rain very, very late in the day or evening. So we'll see how that works out. Right now we're keeping it partly cloudy because it doesn't have agreement with other model guidance in this range, and you're looking at a day 7 time frame here. So things can certainly change with timing, and we'll revisit that throughout the week. But right now it looks like we're going for a dry weekend coming up too. And temperatures maybe 68 to 72. So not really increasing that much over the weekend either. So it should be pretty nice for this week ahead once we get past this cold front. Now, this particular image here is the upper air analysis. This is at 500 millibars. So we're looking at 18,000 feet up. And everybody's worried about what's the hurricane going to do? Well, here's the hurricane, okay, and it's going to move north of the Leeward Islands and head northward. There was some concern, and I expressed this on Twitter. I was responding to another meteorologist on Twitter. So apparently, when I do that, I'm kind of speaking directly to that person, but everybody can see what I'm writing. And I was saying, well, I have a bad feeling about this. Well, I no longer have a bad feeling about this. That was on Friday night. I think we're pretty much set that this is going to remain out to sea and it will just become a rip current issue for the East Coast. But it could have a direct hit on Bermuda, which is right here as it passes by. So it's going to be awfully close. But there was some concern that maybe this upper level trough would have an influence on this as it came up, and would the ridge over the top be far enough east to be able to steer this toward the coast? And it's no longer doing that. Okay, so there's no ensembles or no models showing that. So this should just recurve and head off to the north and east. Here's what the National Hurricane Center has for this now. It is a major hurricane, 145 miles per hour, which is a Category 4 storm. Very strong storm out here in the middle of the Atlantic, but it should stay north of the Leeward Islands here, north of Puerto Rico, north of the Dominican Republic, and just kind of curve up here toward the general vicinity of Bermuda by the time we get to very late in the week, maybe next weekend. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on this, but so it's as close to a zero chance as possible as it could possibly be for anything to happen. And the reason we have that is we have ensemble tracks that will take a look at the potential track here. These are 50 individual members of the European ensemble, and all 50 are curving, and there's not one. We're way over here, and this is not even close. Okay, so there's not like we have one rogue model or two or something like that coming up toward making a left turn to the East Coast. There's nothing showing that, and the reason for that is we have this the ridge out of position, and that upper level low is too far removed from that in order to capture it. It's not timed right for that to happen. So this is not all of a sudden going to change into something where, oh, now we're going to have a West Coast hit or an East Coast hit, and I just don't see that happening. So we can take it off the table. We're going to watch this. It will be a rip current issue for the Eastern Coast shore points. So we will watch that certainly over the next week here, but I don't expect any impacts to the east coast of the U.S. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for September 27th, 2021. Have a great Monday.